These are the Placeholder NPCs.
I'm Dush. I play the mystic Arc Ferris, who goes by the call sign Rook.
I'm Sam. I play Algernon, Kentucky Blue, the Stitch, who is the medic of the Koi Fish.
I'm Lex, and I play Voel Burung, our trusty pilot, and I go by the call sign Demon.
My name is Xeno. I'll be taking on the role of Game Master, and this is our homebrew Scum Villainy campaign of Dark Cosmos. As you're doing this injection, he locks eyes with you, and you see a very similar face of shocked recognition. Then he just passes out. And I think everyone else, you can probably see this moment happening of Algernon and Alben just locking eyes. Voel, I think in your dealings, the reaction to Algernon is different to how he was reacting to yourself.
In what sense?
His demeanor just completely changed. So he's gone from no one escapes from this thing trying to take you down to that kind of just like taken back and shocked look in his eyes.
Okay.
And he just goes limp on the floor.
Did you guys know each other?
Kentucky's like visibly shaken and struggles to think of the words to say at first. And he just says, How did you run into him? What did he say to you?
He was in my cell with me. Didn't say much other than how he had been imprisoned here as well and used for experiments. Before he tried to kill me, that is.
Kentucky just like stares at Alben for quite some time and is just like looking around at the floor. He's kind of like contemplating in his head. He's thinking, obviously like giving no sort of urgency or concern for what's going on around him, which is probably not good for everyone. And he doesn't say anything. He's just kind of like almost stuck in a trance right now.
What's going through Algernon's mind?
Fear, guilt, and he's making risk versus reward, pros and cons lists right now.
As Algernon and Voel are kind of going through that, Arc's just over more near the supplies, just rummaging through for whatever I could find that might be useful. And as I'm doing that, I just look back and just kind of see Kentucky just standing there, kind of spaced out. I'm just like, what? Did they see your face? What are we doing? Are we going? Just asking to the group.
Yeah, I think Kentucky's still kind of tuned that out. Like he's still kind of stuck in it.
I'll also say, Arc, you've got decent hacking skills. I think while you're rummaging through, you can see a security camera up in the corner just like turn and scan the room with little red blinking lights on it.
Oh, is there a console or anything that I can potentially hack into to stop it from catching all of us, or?
I mean, you can just whack it down.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, call it hacking if you want. Yeah, I'm happy to just take a broom from the corner and just smack it down.
No roll necessary. I think that's a very easy thing to just smack down a security camera.
I'm assuming I'm almost as tall as it anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Like grab it with your hand and just yank it down.
I'm pretty sure they know we're here. Plus, if that camera was going before, they definitely know we're here. Someone was definitely watching and definitely curious as to what was happening between the two of you.
Well, you made an explosion when you came in, didn't you? I feel like everyone knows you're here at this point.
You still haven't said you're welcome, but alright.
How big is this place?
The Coop?
No, that was me talking to them. That was in character.
How big is the room, or?
I can see how big the room is, you giant polar bear.
Well, then why are you asking?
I mean, how big is this entire place? I've been locked in a cell. I don't really know much of what's around here, do I?
You've got a map that's showing like emergency exits, and Algernon would definitely be able to tell you, but the Coop is a very large facility. Think Arkham Asylum from the Batman series, kind of big.
So just quickly, didn't Voel know off the Coop from their prior experience with the Concordant, or no? Am I imagining that?
People know of the Coop. Like if you're aligning yourself with like rough tumble groups, you hear about it. You hear stories about it.
Okay.
Algernon's probably the most that has the most knowledge. I think you might have heard it in passing.
As Voel is asking us these questions, I'll throw it to the group, but I think that might be a perfect time for a flashback where we discuss with Trevor Trell where we were sending them, whether they were being sent to the mess hall to cause a distraction / what we know about the space, what we know as far as map, so to speak, goes, or how do you guys feel about that?
Or what are you trying to get out of that where you are now?
More just to paint a picture of where we assumed Voel would be down in the cells. Like we were heading towards the storage area, potentially to start heading down underground. but I'm assuming we didn't expect to run into Voel in the storage area. We assumed we were going to be heading down towards the cells, potentially get their stuff back as well. Other points of interest, such as like the security office and stuff.
Yeah, the cells is where we would have been heading to, I think.
We'd probably point out that would be the rough layout that we know of, maybe not the entire thing.
Yeah, I'm happy to say that was probably most likely going to be assumed knowledge between the two groups if you have sent them off to do certain things. So I think what will come in handy here for the flashbacks is, let's say you get to a locked door and you're like, oh, maybe we do a flashback where we were instructing Trell and Triv to do some kind of hacky thing to turn off power. That would be beneficial to you and help your situation.
Oh, okay. More so than gathering information.
Yeah, so this is just general knowledge of, we had planned for these areas to go and find them. I think they would assume your plan involved that. So you're not actually gaining any benefit out of doing the flashback at this point.
Okay, fair. So we can just explain that, where we assumed Voel would be down towards the cells. There's a security office down there. Looking at Voel, they don't seem to have a lot of stuff on them or anything on them. Do they know where their gear is, where their stuff was? Do they want to just head back to the ship? Kind of get an idea of that.
As in, you're wanting them to do that?
So from Ark's point of view, they would have explained where we assumed Voel was being held, down in the cells, and that the rough layout that we knew of, there was a security office around there and a basement sort of area. That's where we were planning to head. In explaining that, then I would have pointed out that, hey, Voel, you've got nothing on you. You don't seem to have any of your gear, none of your equipment, whatever you had on you. Do you know where that might be? Do you think it'd be down in the security office, or did you want to just head out and get out of here as quickly as possible? Kind of at that point, Ark putting a question to Voel of, what do you want to do? Do you want some payback? Do you want to just escape? What's the go?
For me, I just want out. I don't know how long I've been in here for. The things they did to me, I just want to get out of this joint.
From the mess hall, you start to hear that the guards are kind of gaining control of that area again, and they are looking for potentially missing people. You could say they might check associated rooms around the mess hall if you're going to take too much time.
Okay.
I would say, in terms of our plan, Kentucky knows where the isolation cells are, right? Like, I think the big thing that might have, Troll and Trev will help us out with is, like, maybe our exit point is somewhere unexpected, like, for example, the director's suite, the balcony, and Trell's team would be helping us get access to the freight elevator from a security office. That makes sense. So, like, the idea was to kind of, like, swing down the isolation cells and then...
Oh, so we head deeper.
Yeah, we head deeper, and obviously, we'll get chased in deeper, but they won't be expecting us to have control of the freight elevator by that point.
Yeah.
And then we make our way up to, a place that isn't a dock.
Yeah.
As our escape route.
Yeah.
Or not a public dock.
Algernon, you will also know, like, the director's balcony is at the topmost floor of the facility, and it's kind of like in a spire-like building. There are also rooftop entrances above the operating theaters and the research labs that can also get you to the roof if needed.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 access points to the roof.
Yes. Yeah. So, like, we might not have to go deeper to the isolation cells. Like, going down that way isn't, like, necessary. We can change direction just because we hear people coming in.
My thought is maybe we do go that way anyway, just because if they're already in the mess hall starting to look at adjacent rooms, they may be looking at the regular cell blocks and head towards the operating theater.
Yeah.
Whereas we might be able to just head straight to the basement, head towards the isolation cells and go from there quicker than they can get to us.
Yeah, that makes sense.
One way to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing anything on your way out to get to I'm assuming, downstairs to the basement landing?
Well, right now Kentucky's doing nothing, but yes.
That's where you're planning to go, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Are you doing anything at this moment on your way out of this space?
Yes. Before we leave, I turn to Kentucky and I ask again, is this a friend of yours?
Does Voel... You're saying something, or you...
He's very serious. Yeah, this is Voel speaking to you. Is this a friend of yours?
Are you just saying something? Essentially, I think right now Kentucky is kind of like, unless you shake him out of it, he's still in his head at the moment.
What he hears is the muffled voices going like, it's like...
Yeah, very much.
Voel will try and get an answer out of you.
Snap out of it. Slaps him.
Is this a friend of yours? And you've not seen Voel this serious before.
So you're getting an answer out of me? How would you do that?
Like
you just
if you're ignoring me, I'm getting up in your face. Is this a friend of yours? Like, I'm blocking you from, like, walking if you're walking.
Okay.
I'm not slapping you in the face, but like everything.
No. Like he's not walking. He's literally just standing there, looking at him.
Then I'll push you.
Yeah.
Be like, "Oi,
Yeah.
is this a friend of yours?
Okay, right.
Do you know who this is?"
He kind of like, the push kind of snaps him out of it a bit, and he's like, a friend? No, not a friend.
No? Good. And then I stab him.
You gonna go stab him?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Not you. Not.
No,
you,
no.
yeah,
Yes.
The unconscious guy.
If you go to try and stab him, Kentucky will try and stop you.
All right. How do we contest roles here? How do we do contested events?
Ark has found popcorn and a chair in the back and is just watching this all go down at the moment.
So, first you defined who is acting first, and I believe that would be Voel in this case.
Yep, that makes sense
makes
because
sense.
he's reacting to me.
So basically you will both be rolling. Voel's action will resolve first, and then Algernon's action will resolve second.
And just to confirm, Algernon is attempting to stop Voel
Yes.
from attacking Alben.
Yeah.
Yep, so Voel is attempting to, assuming shank Alben.
Yep.
How does it look that Algernon's trying to prevent that?
He's going to try and reach for Vol's arm and ask him, Vol, no, please. Like, he's going to attempt to sway him.
Sway him. Okay, cool. Action-wise, so the action I'm getting is Voel is attempting to plunge a dagger into Alben, and Algernon is attempting to grab a hand and move back. So what kind of actions would you both be looking at doing?
Scrap. This is something that I am going to make happen, so I'm going to fight through whatever he tries to do. If he's trying to grab my arm to stop me and all that, I will attempt to push through it.
And Algernon, I'm assuming scrap as well?
No, the grabbing of his hand is more instinctual than anything. He's not actually trying to overpower Vol. He's just trying to get a chance to actually say something to convince him before he does.
Maybe sway.
Yeah.
Okay, sway. I'll get both of you to give me a roll and tell me your outcomes. Let me know if you're adding anything to these rolls.
Mine will not be. It will just be a flat 2 scrap roll.
Yep.
I am going to push myself.
Sure.
So that is adding a stress, is it?
2 stress to add 1 die.
2 stress. Yeah. Okay.
All right, both of you roll for me and tell me your results.
I got 1 6.
You have a success.
Oh, I got 2 6s.
Ooh, success and an added outcome. Okay.
3 successes equals everyone's dead.
Yeah. So you talked me out of it, but I stabbed him anyway.
You talked him out of it as the dagger was in their eye.
I think how this is going to resolve is Voel does successfully stab Alben, but I think Algernon, in your attempt to grab him, you've moved the arm out of the way, so it's not going to be a lethal stab. So maybe it's sliced him across the arm or something instead. How does that sound to everybody?
Well, I mean, if he's trying to talk me out of it, then perhaps he says something that makes me stop. So even though it's successful, even though my stab thing was a success, quote unquote, him talking me out of it could have been making me stop, I guess.
Okay.
Before I actually
I think that
the unconscious guy.
That feels more poignant to me. I like that.
Yeah.
Sure, we can definitely do that. And then, Algernon, you get added effect to this. So
my feathers grow back. He talks my feathers into coming back.
I think I know what I would want an added effect to be.
Sure.
It's kind of an aftermath of this.
Okay, try me.
Does that work?
What would you like?
Well, first of all, I obviously want to say my piece about to Vol to convince him.
Now remember, this isn't like D&D, so it's not like it's a 6-second action. The action itself can take a bit of time.
Yeah, but for the thematic reasons, I don't want to say the added effect until I've said my piece. I think it makes more sense.
Go for it.
So, first thing Kentucky says, I know he deserves it. And I think that's the sentence that gives Vol, at least a little bit of pause. He said, I know he deserves it, but I would not be able to live myself if I left him here to die again. Please. You wouldn't want to be left here. I know you wouldn't wish it upon anyone. Even him.
What's going through Vol's mind?
Honestly, just fury. Just rage. For Voel, it almost seems as though, again, he was put in a position like this and he's almost being, chosen over again. In his eyes, the way it looks for him is that Kentucky is choosing the guy that just tried to kill Voel over Voel. So he's not happy about it. He'll concede to it.
Do you say anything?
I don't know. He'll push his way off of you and walk towards the exit that we had agreed to and say, fine, choose him. And he skulks off towards the stairway.
And Algernon, you said you wanted an added effect?
As someone who might be somewhat impartial to this arc, like, it's very visible upon my face, like, just the amount of guilt and shame that I have about something to do with this man. As for what I said, I ask very, like, nearly pathetically to Ark. I ask him to help carry him.
I'm so glad I let you say that first. So can I add to what's just happened as well?
Sure, what are you looking at?
So effectively, yeah, I mean, I'm very much going along with what Kentucky just said, but in my mind, I was going to jump in at the end and add this as well, of just as Voel pushes past me, because I would have started coming up after I saw everything go down with the knife and attempt to stab Alben. As Voel pushes past me, I would have come up and just seen Kentucky just standing there, sort of just like glassy face, like glassy eyed kind of thing. And just without saying anything, I'll just pick up Alben, sling him over my shoulder, and head back towards Voel as well. Not like unhappy with what Kentucky said, but just being like, there's enough words that's been said. We clearly need to move forward.
You scoop up Alben, slinging him over,
Yep.
and you all start making your way down the stairs.
Does that affect my item load by any chance? Like something I should just keep in mind?
A corpse.
Just in case, because, I mean, it could be two. It's similar to armor to some extent, but yeah.
No, your load is inventory you've brought with you.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to double check that I need to account for that.
But holding about a body, you will need to be mindful of in your actions, and that will pay into effect on how those actions might resolve.
Cool. All right. No problem.
Will be worth noting that Kentucky will obviously be like another set of hands for Ark at the moment, and do the shooting if need be.
Okay. All make your way down the stairs. Voel, you get to the basement landing first. You've got two possible ways ahead of you. There's another stairway heading up into the hallways above, which would lead into cell blocks on the opposite side of the mess hall. And a bit further down, it's a darker corridor down here because it's underground and there's no natural light coming in. You see a room to the side that has artificial light just like flickering through. Algernon, as you get to the basement, you'll know that would be one of the security monitoring stations that have been placed around the facilities. Further down the corridor past that, you believe you'll get into the isolation cells, where they keep more of their worst case patients.
Is there any aftermath in this area from Voel and Alben's breakout?
You don't notice anything. Everything down here seems to be orderly. There's less of a presence of people down here. And again, you would know this one. This is like an area where you don't want people seeing these patients. And you don't think they are as on high alert as the people upstairs. Voel, this does not look like a corridor you've walked down before.
I'll turn to the others and say, like, do you know where we're going from here? I haven't been down this way before. I don't know this area.
Kentucky would be a bit puzzled by that. Wait, you went down here?
I was generally confined to the cell blocks in the operating theatre above.
You were never down in the isolation cells?
Again, I wasn't in isolation. I was in a cell with him.
Okay.
So from my knowledge, Xeno, like the experiments, that kind of stuff, are they not done on the prisoners in the isolation cells? Or is this like quite open?
They are done on everyone here, but the isolation cells are prisoners that have had very adverse reaction to the procedures or any kind of like precursor artifact testing they've been doing.
Yeah, okay.
Based on your history, I think if you didn't do what you did in the past, then you could see a point of Alben being stored down here in isolation.
Yeah.
But because you intervened, he skipped that and was put into normal cell blocks.
Yeah, okay. So I guess that this initial plan was like a... well, I mean, I guess it kind of works either way.
Yeah.
We didn't have to make a choice. We were assuming that isolation was like the worst case scenario, but either way, we can still get to the elevator. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
This is an area that has
Also the artifacts. If if Algernon was in his normal mood, he probably would be wanting to veer off.
Is there a draw to the artifacts from Algernon?
I would say, yeah, under normal circumstances, there definitely would have been, and that would have been like a bonus to this specific plan. Like, isolation cells first. If he happens to be here, then we deal with less company, and we can probably steal some artifacts. But given this complication that's thrown into the mix, I think he would probably just be like, nah, we need to get the fuck out of here.
To add a bit of a spanner to that, with Ark being a tad high up on the way, would Ark have a bit of a draw to some of those artifacts, or that artifact vault, by any chance?
Do you want to risk it?
I'm not saying I want to, I'm just saying in the same way that when the party were kind of experimenting on that other artifact on the ship, Ark didn't really have control over themselves, so...
I think that was a specific artifact that was being activated, though, wasn't it?
Oh, okay, cool. So it's not just all artifacts in general, yeah. That's what I just wanted to double check and just kind of play out if that's something that might have come up, yeah.
So the precursor cube that you have on the ship, that was a specific thing that was happening from it. Yeah, and Algernon would definitely know different artifacts have different effects on people.
Sweet, cool. Just wanted to throw that out there in case that may have been a thing that affected Ark.
I will say there is maybe some kind of draw to it if it's like, you know, residual way energy coming off of these things. But it's like a soft smell wafting through. Like, you can kind of get a scent of the way coming from within this room with the artificial light coming through.
Yep, yeah.
I'm sorry. Every time I hear you guys talk about the way, I'm just thinking of like protein powder. And I'm like, what? Yeah.
The waft of the way.
That's all I hear is the way.
Yeah, no, well, okay, cool. I look at the rest of the group and say, rather than heading back up, should we just steamroll whoever's in that security office and keep heading through to the elevators over there? I'm pretty sure that they're at the end of this corridor somewhere.
Yes, absolutely. Let's clear through. There shouldn't be too much resistance.
Thank you for making it through another episode. We'd love to hear your feedback on the show. If you have any questions or theories you'd like to discuss, then leave us a message in the comments of your favorite podcasting platform, and we'll do our best to reply when we can. Otherwise, come hang out with us on Instagram under the handle Placeholder NPCs. Background music for this episode is by Sasha End, opening credits by Feslian Studios, and sound effects by Zapsplat.com. All the links are in the episode description.